Welcome to Cinematic Legends Unveiled. Today, we're taking a trip back to the 1980s to revisit Who's the Boss?, the beloved sitcom that flipped traditional gender roles and brought us laughter, love, and unforgettable moments. From Tony Micelli's journey as a live-in housekeeper to Angela Bower's career-driven independence, this show left a lasting mark on television history. But where are the stars now? Join us as we explore their transformations, careers beyond the show, and what they're up to today. If you love classic TV content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to keep up with our latest videos. The heart and comedic charm of Who's the Boss?, Tony Micelli, was portrayed by Tony Danza, born on April 21, 1951, in Brooklyn, New York. At 33 years old, he stepped into the role of the lovable, hard-working former baseball player who takes a job as a live-in housekeeper for a successful businesswoman, Angela Bower. Balancing his duties as a father to Samantha and navigating his evolving relationship with Angela, Tony became a fan favorite, known for his street smarts, humor, and unwavering devotion to his daughter. Before the show, Danza was already recognized for his role in Taxi and his background as a professional boxer. His time on Who's the Boss? Only solidified his status as a television icon, earning him widespread popularity. Now at 73 years old, he remains active in the entertainment industry, continuing to work in television, film, and live performances, ensuring his legacy as one of TV's most beloved sitcom stars endures. The strong and sophisticated heart of Who's the Boss?, Angela Bower, was portrayed by Judith Light, born on February 9, 1949 in Trenton, New Jersey. At 35 years old, she took on the role of the ambitious and career-driven advertising executive who hires Tony Micelli as her live-in housekeeper. Balancing single motherhood, a demanding career, and her evolving relationship with Tony, Angela became an iconic character, breaking traditional gender roles and inspiring audiences with her independence, intelligence, and warmth. Before the show, Light gained recognition for her Emmy-winning performances in One Life to Live. Her time on Who's the Boss? Further cemented her as a household name, showcasing her versatility as an actress. Now at 76 years old, she continues to have a thriving career in television, film, and theater, earning critical acclaim for her powerful performances and remaining a respected force in the entertainment industry. The kind-hearted and intelligent Jonathan Bower was portrayed by Danny Pintauro, born on January 6, 1976, in Milltown, New Jersey. At just 8 years old, he took on the role of Angela Bower's only child, a shy and thoughtful boy who forms a close bond with Tony Micelli, who becomes a father figure to him. As the series progressed, Jonathan grew into a more confident young man, often finding himself in humorous and heartfelt situations that highlighted the show's themes of family and personal growth. Who's the Boss? Became the defining role of Pintauro's career, making him a familiar face to 1980s TV audiences. After stepping away from acting, he shifted his focus to personal endeavors, including advocacy work in LGBTQ+ and HIV awareness. Now at 49 years old, he remains a respected voice in activism, fondly remembered for his portrayal of Jonathan and his contribution to one of television's most beloved sitcoms. The lively and flirtatious Mona Robinson was portrayed by Katherine Helmond, born on July 5, 1929, in Galveston, Texas. At 55 years old, she stepped into the role of Angela Bower's witty and free-spirited mother, who frequently stole the scene with her sharp humor, romantic escapades, and playful teasing of Tony Micelli. Mona's carefree attitude and modern outlook on life made her one of the show's most beloved characters, adding a refreshing contrast to Angela's more structured personality. Before Who's the Boss?, Helmond was already a well-established actress, known for her Emmy-nominated roles in Soap and Benson. Her portrayal of Mona further solidified her as a television icon. She continued acting in television and film for many years, bringing her signature charm to every role. Sadly, she passed away on February 23, 2019, at 89 years old, due to complications from Alzheimer's disease. Her legacy as a comedic powerhouse lives on, and she remains a cherished part of sitcom history. The spirited and independent Samantha Micelli was portrayed by Alyssa Milano, born on December 19, 1972, in Brooklyn, New York. At just 12 years old, she took on the role of Tony Micelli's lovable and energetic daughter, growing up on screen from a tomboyish young girl into a confident and independent young woman. Samantha's close bond with her father was central to the show's heartwarming appeal as she navigated friendships, school, and first romances under Tony's watchful yet caring guidance. After Who's the Boss?, Milano became a major television star, going on to lead hit shows like Charmed and Mistresses, solidifying her status as a pop culture icon. Beyond acting, she has been a dedicated activist, advocating for women's rights, political causes, and humanitarian efforts. Now at 52 years old, she continues to work in television and film while using her platform for activism, ensuring her legacy extends beyond entertainment. The warm and lively Mrs. Rossini was portrayed by Rhoda Gemignani, born on October 21, 1940. At 44 years old, she took on the role of Tony Micelli's affectionate yet nosy Brooklyn neighbor and longtime family friend. With her humorous personality and strong connection to Tony's past, Mrs. Rossini added a sense of familiarity and heart to the show, often bringing comedic relief while reminding Tony of his roots. Beyond Who's the Boss?, Gemignani enjoyed a successful career in television and film, making guest appearances in popular sitcoms throughout the 1980s and 1990s. As of 2025, she is 84 years old and remains fondly remembered for her comedic talent and her role as the ever-charming Mrs. Rossini, a beloved part of the Who's the Boss? Family. The street-smart and charming Al was portrayed by Billy Gallo, born on November 7, 1966. At 23 years old, he joined Who's the Boss? As Samantha Micelli's boyfriend, a Brooklyn-accented young man who often found himself in humorous and awkward situations, especially when facing Tony Micelli, Samantha's protective father. Despite his rough-around-the-edges demeanor, Al had a good heart and genuinely cared for Samantha, adding a fun and youthful dynamic to the show. Beyond Who's the Boss?, Gallo continued to work in television and film, taking on various acting roles while also branching out into writing and directing. As of 2025, he is 58 years old and remains active in the entertainment industry, fondly remembered for his role as Al and his contributions to classic television. The fun-loving and mischievous Marcy Ferguson was portrayed by Nicole Eggert, born on January 13, 1972, in Glendale, California. At 13 years old, she took on the role of Samantha Micelli's best friend, often joining her in typical teenage adventures filled with humor and mischief. Marcy's bubbly personality and close friendship with Samantha added a relatable and lighthearted dynamic to the show, making her a favorite among fans. After Who's the Boss?, Eggert gained widespread recognition for her role as Summer Quinn on Baywatch, further cementing her status as a television star. Throughout her career, she appeared in numerous TV movies, reality shows, and other acting projects. As of 2025, she is 53 years old and remains involved in the entertainment industry while also focusing on personal projects and advocacy work, continuing to be a beloved figure from classic television. The sophisticated and charming Jeffrey Wells was portrayed by Robin Thomas, born on February 12, 1949, in Pittsfield, Massachusetts. At 37 years old, he joined Who's the Boss? As Angela Bauer's boyfriend, whose polished demeanor and refined personality often clashed with Tony Micelli's more laid-back, street-smart approach. His presence created comedic and dramatic tension, adding an interesting dynamic to Angela's love life. Beyond Who's the Boss?, Thomas built a long and successful career in television and film, appearing in hit series like Matlock, Murphy Brown, and The Good Doctor. As of 2025, he is 76 years old and continues to work in the entertainment industry, taking on various acting roles while remaining fondly remembered for his role as the charming yet contrasting Jeffrey Wells. The charming and rebellious Jesse Nash was portrayed by Scott Bloom, born on July 28, 1973, in Merrick, New York. At 14 years old, he joined Who's the Boss? As Samantha Micelli's love interest, bringing a bit of drama and excitement to the show. His cool, edgy persona contrasted with Samantha's responsible nature, making their relationship a compelling storyline. After Who's the Boss?, Bloom transitioned into producing while continuing to act in films like Smokin' Aces and John Q. As of 2025, he is 51 years old and remains active in the entertainment industry, primarily working behind the scenes. The witty and authoritative Jim Peterson was portrayed by Earl Boen, born on August 8, 1941, in New York City. At 43 years old, he took on the role in Who's the Boss, bringing his signature comedic timing and strong screen presence to the show, despite his limited appearances. Beyond Who's the Boss, Boen was widely recognized for his role as Dr. Silberman in the Terminator franchise and his extensive work in voice acting for animation and video games. Sadly, he passed away on January 5, 2023, at 81 years old, leaving behind a legacy as a talented character actor in film and television. The warm and lively Fran Tomopoulos was portrayed by Candice Azara, born on May 18, 1945, in Brooklyn, New York. At 47 years old, she took on the role in Who's the Boss, adding humor and heart to the series with her affectionate and fun personality. Azara enjoyed a long career in television, film, and theater, appearing in hit shows like Cheers, The Love Boat, and House. As of 2025, she is 79 years old and continues to be admired for her decades of work in entertainment, with Who's the Boss remaining one of her most memorable sitcom appearances. The charming yet unreliable Michael Bauer was portrayed by James Naughton, born on December 6, 1945, in Middletown, Connecticut. At 40 years old, he took on the role of Angela Bauer's ex-husband, a charismatic but inconsistent presence in her life. As the father of Jonathan Bauer, Michael often reappeared with grand ideas but lacked follow-through, contrasting sharply with Tony Micelli, who provided the stability and care that Michael did not. Beyond Who's the Boss, Naughton built a successful career in television, film, and theater, winning Tony Awards for his stage performances. As of 2025, he is 79 years old and remains active in the entertainment industry, continuing to be recognized for his talent and versatility. The fun-loving and somewhat unreliable Nick Milano was portrayed by James Coco, born on March 21, 1930, in New York City. At 55 years old, he took on the role of Angela Bauer's free-spirited father, who often clashed with his daughter while forming a warm and humorous bond with Tony Micelli. Known for his carefree schemes and lighthearted attitude, Nick added a comedic spark to the series. Coco was already an accomplished Broadway film and television actor, earning Tony and Emmy nominations throughout his career. Sadly, he passed away on February 25, 1987, at 56 years old due to a heart attack. His legacy lives on through his memorable performances, including his beloved role in Who's the Boss? The wise and understanding Father Marone was portrayed by Tom Troop, born on July 15, 1928, in Kansas City, Missouri. At 62 years old, he took on the role in Who's the Boss?, offering guidance and support to the characters, often serving as a voice of reason in times of need. His thoughtful advice and lighthearted presence made him a memorable figure in the series. Troop had a long and successful career in film, television, and theater, known for his versatility and depth as an actor. As of 2025, he is 96 years old and has retired from acting, leaving behind a legacy of impactful performances in classic television and cinema. And that wraps up our look at the cast of Who's the Boss? From their iconic performances to their lives beyond the show, these actors created a sitcom that continues to be cherished decades later. Which transformation surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this nostalgic journey, please like, share, and subscribe to Cinematic Legends Unveiled. Your support helps us bring you even more deep dives into classic TV and film. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.